tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
Hello there, I'm Dylan, aka the Wise Sith, and yeah, I know I haven't uploaded in like 2 weeks. Been kind of busy lately, but I have some more figures I can unbox that I found at my local Walmart, and I do have one that my friend found for me at his local Ross as well. So I will be unboxing those figures as well. But today we're going to be looking at one of them. So without further ado, we're just going to look at the Imperial Stormtrooper from the Black Series. And this, I believe, is the updated version of the Black Series Stormtrooper 6-inch figures. This one I didn't pick up from my local Walmart. I did during Christmas break, or during Christmas Eve, actually. I went to go visit family in Haltom City, and if you don't know, that's in Fort Worth, Texas. Well, on the way over there, I stopped over at the Holocron toy store. So I knew they were going to be open because they were last year, and they're only open until 4 on Christmas Eve. So I stopped by there and picked this bad boy up. So without further ado, let's look at the box. So here is the front of the box. You got Imperial Stormtrooper, Star Wars The Mandalorian. So he's from the Mandalorian series. Star Wars Black Series. Here is the window of the Stormtrooper. Here is a side view of the art. Imperial Stormtrooper. Here's the back. So you got the same art that's on the side. And you got Star Wars Black Series, Imperial Stormtrooper, and then you got a different variations of languages. Here's English. So if you want to pause this and read this, you can. Here's number 2 of The Mandalorian. Here's some of the info, whatever. Here's the other side, just a Star Wars Black Series and a little snippet of the window. Here's the top with a window, bottom, all that jazz. So without further ado, let's open this bad boy up. All right. So here is the Imperial Stormtrooper. The only accessories he comes with is his E11 blaster. So I will show that here. So as you can see, there's no indications of weathering and stuff. It's just solid black paint job. That's about it. Solid black mold. But the only thing different about it is it does have this like scope. I'm assuming that's like the flashlight attachment. And there's a little hair on my fingernail. So I think that's the only difference on this blaster versus any other E11 blaster out there. It's got this flashlight scope, and I do believe that was in season 1 of Mandalorian when they're looking for him in that one building. If I can remember correctly, it's been a while. Probably been like 2 years since I've seen season 2. Don't get me wrong, I love the season. Just haven't had time to sometimes. But there's the blaster, and then let's look at the figure. So going off by articulation, in the head, he does swivel all the way around, and I believe it's on a ball joint, and it can extend down about from there and then look up just about there. So not much movement going on. Head tilt, it can go from there just about there. So we don't really have that much range of movement in the head. However, it does appear that this is the first Stormtrooper figure that has butterfly joints. As you can see, right? I don't know if you can see that. See that right there? It's got butterfly joints. That's crazy. So you can bring his shoulders in just like that. Or you can extend them out like just like that. So he's like, or being tough guy. So looking at the arms, it looks like he does have butterfly joints, which is crazy. That's probably why this is an updated Stormtrooper figure. The articulation, it doesn't look like they go up, which is kind of sad because I feel like if I push up on it, it's gonna snap. That's crazy. Hang on. Yeah, I don't. Wait, actually, no, that's weird. I'm afraid I'm gonna break it because this goes up, and you can see clearly that there's a. Man, I feel like I'm gonna break that. I don't want to do that. That feels like that's gonna break. I'm sure it extends up, but for mine, it feels like it's gonna snap if I push up even any more than that. Oh wait, there we go. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that. It's it clicks in place. That's crazy. Didn't even know that. No wonder it was kind of hard to push up. Let's see if we can put this one up. There we go. Click. And as far as I can go. So looking at our armed articulation, sorry, uh, it looks like it goes about to there. I don't want to push it any further because I don't want to break this. And it just goes all the way back down in place. So it does go just about there. His arms don't go straight all the way down, which is different. It just sticks out. Does he have bicep swivel? No, he does not. He does, however, have elbow swivel all the way around. Elbows bend inwards from there and then outwards to about there. You do see a little joint coming out. Wrist, they swivel all the way around. And it looks like um the joint is here. So it looks like you can bend it this way, like this way, instead of, like typical figure. Okay, that's different. Interesting. Huh. Let's see if this hand's the same way. Okay, so this hand, his hand does this motion. So it looks like it could only bend about to there, because you're only limited because you got this armor piece right here in the way, his gauntlet. Let's see, going on to abs. He does have ab crunch, so he can crunch about to there and then back to there, side about right there, side about right there, and then he does swivel all the way around if you're crazy enough. There is no waist swivel. Going on to legs, it looks like they swivel in the biceps, so about right there, all the way to there. They kick out about that far, and back to there. Straighten that back up. Knees, it does look like they swivel in the knees all the way around, and then they bend inwards to there, and then outwards to about there. And going on to ankles, they do bend back to there, and then front all the way to there. They are on a tilt swivel or tilt joint, and then they just go about right there. So that's all the articulation we got going on him. Details. Let's see. It does look like the paint job is a lot better than like what previous Stormtroopers were. I don't know what the more newer ones are, but I know like when it comes to like the first wave of Black Series, I just know like the Stormtroopers were kind of poorly detailed and stuff. Like I know, for example, my Luke Skywalker and Stormtrooper disguise, the helmet is like so poorly done, it's crazy. But moving on to back, so you got details in the top pieces of that, and you got the little paint jobs in there, and you got the little blue marks there. I believe that is molded in too. So there's these little grooves in here that are painted individually. And then of course you got the earpiece. There is a little nick right there, I've noticed. But if I wanted to fix that up, I can easily probably paint that. Just a little tiny dab of paint would work. I think these are comms. I can't remember. But the speakers, nicely painted as well. The chin piece is nicely sculpted. The frown is nicely sculpted as well. Nice and 3D'd sculpted. Going on to chest plate, it does look like this is actually pretty good. It looks like it is loose on the figure, so that way you can like get more poses out of it, as you can see. Okay, so going on to the oil back plate, you do see the iconic oil symbol, and then you got I think these are the thermal detonator canisters that are on the back. Something that holds like the thermal detonators in there. I can't remember if that's true or not, but like I know somewhere I've seen that before, where they store thermal detonators in there. These little things. I 3D printed that, so I need to paint it. But going on to the arm details, you do have this pattern going on, this distinct, whatever you call it, indentations on the Stormtrooper armor. Same with this arm. And of course, you got the same details on the thigh armor. And you got, of course, you got this piece right here. That's the iconic Stormtrooper classic design. Same with the knee piece right here on the left leg. And then of course you got the undersuit, which you can actually see it's riveted, or yeah, rigid, I don't know. ribbed, I don't know. I don't use words like that much often. Going on the foot, you do have a lot of detail on the foot as well, like the little nice wrinkles, the shoe wrinkles from him moving around a lot and bending his toes. But yeah, this is the Stormtrooper figure from the Black Series. It is the updated Stormtrooper figure, so it does have butterfly joints in it, which is kind of an improvement. I do wish they feel really loose. I do wish it could have been a little bit better like it is. It is an improvement versus from some Stormtrooper figures in the past. It is an improvement. I see that Hasbro's trying their best to make their figures kind of posable, but still, you don't have the fully ranged posing, double jointed posing like most figures out there do have. Like the knees are not double jointed. I don't know about the elbows. Elbows are not. It's just standard single joint. But yeah, I hope you liked this video. Stay tuned for more. I will have probably 2 more figures to open here soon. Be sure to like and subscribe. And remember, the Force will be with you always.